My name is Benjamin Hedges, and I'm an assistant professor and archivist here at the Special Collections and University Archives Department at OSU Libraries. So my first substantial collection was the Madame Alexander doll collection. It really tested a lot of different skill sets that I haven't done up to this point working at the archives. The Madame Alexander Company actually has quite a substantial connection to Oklahoma State University. Madame Alexander itself was actually founded in 1923 by Beatrice Alexander in New York City. And actually one of Oklahoma State's alumna, Gail Jarvis, an alumna of Oklahoma State University, actually graduated and became president of the Madame Alexander Doll Company. So how the dolls actually ended up at Oklahoma State University came to be that she was being honored for a distinguished alumni award and actually happened to bring a large collection of Madame Alexander dolls with her as a gift to the university to be displayed in the Human and Environmental Sciences building, and also to be displayed in the original Willem House for the former First Lady Anne Hargis. I would imagine that they probably changed hands a few times, were sitting in somebody's office, and eventually somebody had the know-how to contact us and to take possession of them. That way we could kind of hold on to them a little bit more permanently. So we try to keep them in boxes. We try to keep them out of the lights. It's important with these dolls to make sure they're stored vertically, because if they're stored horizontally too long, since their eyes do blink when they're turned vertically or horizontally, if they're turned horizontally for too long, the eyes might get stuck. And so we don't want that to happen. We want them to be able to blink for as long as they possibly can. So we always keep them vertical. We keep them in boxes to keep dust and light from getting to them. And they're kept in, as with anything in our archive, kept in cool and very low humidity environments. So we have close to about 100 dolls by my last count. As far as themes, what's kind of cool about the Madame Alexander doll collection is that they were one of the first toy companies to really jump on licensing and using tie-ins for like popular culture. So at the time, in the early 1930s, when they started doing these popular tie-ins, they created dolls for Little Women. They created a doll for the Scarlett O'Hara character before the actual Gone with the Wind film came out. And as you can see, we've got dolls that are from The Wizard of Oz. We've got tie-ins with other Disney properties such as Nightmare on Elm Street, as well as a number of other different Disney-related animated films. Ultimately, I think collections like these are really good because they have great outreach value. When you have students or community members that want to know about our archive that have never been to an archive before, it's really hard to sell them agricultural research or administrative documents. But when you have collections like these, like the doll collection, and like other collections that we have that involve J.R.R. Tolkien or Alice in Wonderland, it's really easy to kind of spark a curiosity with people that would see these kind of collections and want to learn more about what's actually in our archive. And I think ultimately there is some educational and research value in these collections, with the dolls themselves, in terms of fashion design, creating fashion for dolls, for toys, for learning how to scale different kind of designs for different sizes of dolls. I think there's potential value in that. And additionally, I think that marketing, Madame Alexander has been around for almost 100 years, so it's been an established brand. So learning about branding, learning about how they box their dolls and ship their dolls, I think that could have a ton of value for potential classwork.